Parkade Pals.
Hello.
Hey, Parkies. Welcome to episode 19 of Parkade Pals. Parkade Pal 0, why don't you give me a bit of a clap? Why don't you clap us in? Why don't you get out those clappers and clap us in here? 30 seconds in and we remembered, guys. Ain't that fucking wild? Hey, Parkies. I'm in pain. I'm not actually. I don't know why I'm saying that. But, hey, Parkies, I'm tired, as I always am. A bit chilly, but not super chilly.
It's getting cold, Parky.
It is getting cold.
We might have to start doing indoors episodes.
I can't wait. We're going to be all warm and cozy.
You signed up
There's
for
even
this
an
vibe.
indoor parkade.
At the
It's
very
actually
beginning-
peak.
At the very beginning of this, I was told by Parkade Pal 1 that, yeah, the vibe is good. And ever since, like, episode 4, they've been doing nothing but whining.
Well, to be fair,
About wanting to film inside.
it was my amendment
24/7.
into the Constitution that said that a parkade is whatever we want it to be.
We-
so that
we.
when the winter came, when the winter came, we wouldn't have to film in the fucking freezing ass parkade. But honestly, there's just a parkade at the bottom of Mac Hall that we should totally film in.
But it's
one
not
day.
my parkade. This is my parkade. Mine.
Hey, Parkies. Last episode, we got pretty heated, and we're just going to tell you right now,
sex
Parkies.
after to calm the mood.
We did not,
But it's
but
on the Patreon cut.
we did not. But, Parkies, I am revealing Parkade Pal 0 and I are getting a divorce. And keep in mind, it's not your fault, Parkies. It's not your fault. It is just, you know,
It's the fault of your bitch mother. All right.
the pals.
She's a whore.
The pals don't want to. We're not happy together, and so the pals are eventually, after court proceedings finish, we're going to break
In
up.
about 33 weeks.
Yeah, 33 weeks. So court takes a while.
Yeah, it's litigation's very slow.
Lawyers are not that great, but that's okay. A lot of separation to do.
One's mom on the
We
case.
we are going to split all of you guys in half and share them between us. So
Double with me.
I am actually going somewhere in this. This isn't just a random bit. But both Parkade Pal 1 and 0 are planning on maybe doing projects after this. And since we're getting divorced, exactly half of you guys have to go to my channel, and the other half have to go
And
to
then every month,
Parkade Pal
you guys
0's channel.
switch because the
Yeah.
custody changes.
Yeah, because we're doing monthly custody switches. Don't worry, we'll pick you up from school. You guys will.
I won't.
Okay.
You take the bus.
Well, I will be a
See,
good.
this is the problem. Your mom coddles you too much. You guys are gonna get spoiled.
I'll be a good parent to you guys. Don't worry. And Parkade Pal 0 will beat you. And
So
so
you're forced to spend half your time with me.
so keep on the lookout for that when those
There's a court
projects,
order that I get you for half the for half the year.
up and start. I'll probably end up starting my stuff when winter break comes. Because speaking of which, Parkies, we only got 2 more weeks, and then finals are here.
Done
So
with schooling?
2 more episodes, and then we've got like a month off.
Man, we've been doing this for a while.
Not really. It's episode 19. We haven't even gotten to 20 yet.
weeks.
Yeah, but we haven't even
That's
gotten
a
to
lot
fucking
to
20 yet.
get to weekly uploads. I feel like we did good.
Yeah, except like half of the episodes have sucked dick.
Not half. Okay, like 5 of the episodes have sucked. I mean, a third.
It's getting very
A
close.
third of the episodes have sucked dick.
Yeah. But like the 2/3.
We have like
Nice.
1/3 that's like really good, and then a third that's just like whatever.
Yeah. Anyways,
I think the episode that you guys saw, I guess it would be last week,
sure.
because when this goes up, it'll be a week after today. That episode was good.
It's 19.
18.
So what's 19 minus 1?
Episode 18. I thought that one was good. I
was
think
pretty
you guys would
good.
like that one. We got kind of like heated. It was kind of a bit, but kind of not a bit.
And so that is why we're getting a divorce. But
Yeah,
we'll
because
talk about that.
Your mother couldn't do anything. She had her hands on me in that episode. She was yelling at me, and as me, the kind man I am, I didn't do a damn thing.
You did threaten to slap me, so
Which actually is somehow on theme.
that is, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So as
Slap
we
the
always
shit out of
do,
you.
let's start out with some small talk. Parkade Pal 0. How was your week? Or technically, past 3 days.
Yeah, it has not been long.
Because we filmed on Wednesday because we're still catching up
It was good though.
due to our mistakes.
I think we're doing good, honestly. I like I like how my week's been.
Okay, what went on?
I've been laptop shopping like crazy for like a new laptop because it's Black Friday coming out.
When is actual?
When is Black Friday? Really?
I know it's on a
Okay.
Friday, but what Friday?
28th. So the one that's coming up.
Cool. Sick.
Or actually, the one that was yesterday when this goes out. But
Because usually what goes on is that like companies do Black Friday sales.
they do them a
like,
week early.
Sometimes even like a month early. Like, hey guys,
Early
look
Black
at,
Friday.
look at our sick deals. It's the
Yeah.
beginning of November. It's the
Yeah.
end of October. We're doing Black Friday.
Well, the reason they do it early is because they want people to like know that they have Black Friday deals going on, so that people go there or like prepare to go there on the actual day for like potentially bigger sales or something like that.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm looking at laptops.
Well, Black Friday's lame now. It used to be cool where like you'd kill people.
That never happened here, really.
I know,
It's
but
more of
like
an America thing.
But like, it's not like that anymore because Amazon has taken away my
Amazon doesn't even
bloodthirst.
have any sales that are like decent right now.
Yeah, but
Well, I mean, I'm sure they do, but not.
the
for
issue is
laptops.
people don't go into stores as often anymore, and so most shopping happens online, which is like whatever.
I think
I do enjoy the exploitation of minimum wage workers.
I think there should be like a day, like Black Friday, right? But it's like everything's 100% off, and at the entrance there's weaponry. So like you walk in and you get your weapon, and then you can whatever you can take out of the store without dying is what you get to keep.
I think there should be an anti-Black Friday where
I think that's a good
for
idea.
one day of the year, and anything that you can buy with money, and I mean anything, costs double. So like if you're at the hospital and you land on anti-Black Friday, whoa, dude.
It's like a wheel or like a
No,
like a
it's
day?
just double. It's for a day. It's you
Oh,
just
which day? The 29th.
yeah. If you just are unlucky and you're in the hospital and you're in America, your fees are doubled. So sorry, you have to deal with it.
God forbid you have like a fine
Yeah.
on the 29th.
Ooh.
Oh, doubled.
Bam. Your court date it ends on the 29th, and governments can like sneakily put it there. You know. Either way, I think that'd be a good
cool.
idea.
Yeah, we
It'd
should
be
do
like
that.
gambling. Or actually, it lands on a different day every year.
Yeah, they spin a wheel, but they don't tell you.
No, at the beginning of the year, there's like a government broadcast. They spin a wheel, and then it cuts out right before it lands, but so you don't know.
You have a range of dates though to work with.
Yeah, so you can guess.
It's somewhere in the month of September, guys. Look
I
out.
would like to see a wheel segmented into 365.25 areas, because it could happen on a leap day. It could. It could happen on the
That'd be
the
like
leap
that'd be
day.
like the economic boom right there, as if it happened on a week.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, nothing else going on in your week, Lamo? Shopping?
Yeah, shopping. I've been doing a lot more Magic the Gathering,
Indeed.
D&D. Watched some nice movies. Watching Dexter. I'm on the last season of Dexter.
And he didn't watch Dexter Epic Dexter Parody, which is a good video. I'll link it in the description. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, guys.
I will remove it from the description, so if you can catch it before then, good job.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, I've been watching Dexter. That's been nice. I've
Sure.
also been Sigma. No, I've been just kind of chilling. I don't have much. I did a test. I got like a 95, which was nice.
Sick.
I have another test coming up soon, and then my final test coming up soon.
Yeah.
It'll be free.
Indeed. We're all excited to get the fuck out of this hellhole that we've all put ourselves in.
And we pay for, by the way.
And the winter's going to be fun, probably. We'll probably
Yeah.
be able to do stuff. I will be disappearing. I've said this,
Yeah,
I think, on the
there will
podcast.
be
I will
a-
be disappearing for a week.
There will be another solo episode
into
from your
Mexico.
boy.
Yeah. And then, panicked, there will be another solo episode for me, because we're going to fuck up everything again.
It's just gonna repeat the cycle. Every time you take a trip, we're just gonna start back at square one.
And don't worry, guys, I'll tell you all of my new stories. I'm probably not going to get a new tattoo, but maybe I'll get one against my will. Who knows? Someone will force tattoo me.
Come here. You should get a tattoo of. You should get a womb tattoo.
No.
Coward.
No.
Coward.
I'm not doing
You
that.
should get like a succubus tattoo.
Anyways, so my
I
week
think
was
it
pretty
would fit
okay. My week went pretty alright. What did I do? So we filmed on Wednesday. Thursday, kind of boring.
Yeah, not much.
Had a lab. My labs have been... I'm honestly starting to manage my workload pretty okay, especially when there's no more midterms. Parkies, I had 4 straight weeks back-to-back of midterms. I had a month back-to-back of fucking back-to-back weekly midterms. It was like this project, Parkade Pals, but instead of getting to ridicule Parkade Pal 0 and hate everything, I just have to hate everything. But I'm out of that area now.
My degree that I paid to do, I have to do it. No.
So,
I love you.
now...
I have no way of showing it, but I love you.
It's been nice. Philosophy's been going pretty hard. And I think that'll relate to the topic today, unless Parkade Pal 0 has a secret topic.
I have a topic, yeah.
Well, I also have a topic, so we'll have to battle to the death.
Okay. Then grab your weapon.
Anyways, then Friday came. That was pretty okay. And then it's today. I beat Silksong yesterday, Parkies. It's peak. It's so peak. It's so peak, Parkies. If you haven't played Hollow Knight, play Hollow Knight and then play Silksong. You'll have the best, however long it takes you to complete, of your life. It's so peak, Parkies. It's so peak.
Very peak.
If you like Metroidvanias and you somehow haven't heard of Silksong, I don't know how that would have been possible. Fuck you. Go do it. Go play it right now.
Yeah, it's good.
It's kind of crazy that the year we start this project is the year that Silksong came out. We've been waiting for quite a long time, and now it's out, and I beat it. It's so peak. It's so peak, Marcus. It's so peak. I won't talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil Parkade Pal 0, but it is a masterful
What's your idea for some...
cacophony of storytelling. And it gave me a cool idea for a D&D character, but I already made my D&D character for this one's
You can make
campaign.
another. It's fine.
Yeah.
You can kill this one.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just implement them to be the same. But what did you say?
What's your idea for your solo project that you want to do when this is all over?
Ooh, okay. I guess, yeah, we can talk about
Because,
that.
when this is all over, I just kind of want to let this channel simmer.
I just want it to die. I want us to delete all of it. All to be gone.
I won't do that. But
Oh, God.
I will protect you, Parky.
The sooner this project disappears, the happier I am.
This plague on my life. This
Oh, no, Parkies, I don't hate you.
No, but yeah, I think I want to let this channel just kind of sit in dormant for a while because I do really like this channel actually.
We should do a thing where we come back at least yearly, like the Unasanas thing, and just talk about how our lives are going. If we don't end up doing a season 2, which honestly, we'll see. Also,
season
one more
2.
thing. One more thing. I went to the gym today, and just as a little bit of an experiment, the hip abduction machine, I put it to the highest possible.
Is that melon level? What's melon
It's
level?
not. It was like 295.
Melon level's what, higher than that?
It's like 360.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the max
Is
melon.
that like optimum melon? Like,
That's-
you know how like
that's
when you put an
strongest
egg
melon.
in like a certain way and you just can't break it?
Apparently, I don't know, but that's what the Google says. But I did 300, and obviously, I don't know how strong you think I am, Parky. No fucking chance. But I did lift it, so there is hope. I'm getting there. If I can do a full 5-set rep of 300.
Yeah.
Well, that might be kind of absurd, but like a couple sets, I think we're in melon distance. So that's what I'm working towards, guys. We're fucking crushing that melon by the end of this.
We're closing in on melon achievement.
I have 33 weeks to get my thighs as strong as
What should my
possible
achievement
to
be?
fucking crush a melon.
What should my achievement be?
I don't know, but come up with something.
Please, I'm getting a job.
I'm gonna have a job by the end of these 33 weeks.
I'm making the promise to you that even if it's illegal, even if I'm like a hitman or a drug dealer, I will have a job
Okay.
by the end of the year, Parky.
That's a pretty good goal. I feel like mine feels silly. I feel like I should have a better
Well,
goal.
you already have a job, so
I
now
know.
you're allowed to like have the silly goal. When I get a job, my goal will be like to crush like a pumpkin or some shit. I don't know.
Well, no. People do other things with pumpkins.
Yeah,
Anyways,
they fuck them, and then they also do HRT.
and then get the succubus tattoo. It all goes hand in hand, really.
Finster did all of these things. Patent pending the third one.
Yeah, I don't think the third one happened, but you never know. And Finster is the only trans person on the internet, I'm pretty sure.
Name another. Can't.
Impossible. Anyways, the project that I want to sort of get into, it's going to be a YouTube channel, because I can't do... Well, it's because it's kind of what I want to do. I have some ideas for videos that I want to do, but in specific, I had a really good idea recently, and it was sort of on the topic of, because this is entirely filmed off of an ancient fucking handycam. The idea is based on more analog art. I am in possession, I've said this before, but I'm in possession of a pretty old film camera. And I decided, wouldn't it be fucking really, really, really super cool to take a bunch of like cryptic, fucking like horrifying, weird pictures and then just drop the fucking like developed film cartridges, like the film rolls, in just like places, and then people find them. There's something so appealing to me about that. That's very cool. There's no reward. Like, I don't know if anybody finds them.
Riddler on my podcast right now.
I don't know if anybody will find them. I'll never know unless like somebody posts about it on Reddit. But it's just such a cool. I'll like leave them in like a professor's Dropbox or something, just randomly. They'll be like, "What the fuck is this? Is this like ransom? Has someone been like kidnapped or something?" This is cool.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of maybe tying like an ARG towards that, but that's like a lot of work. I like the idea of a physical ARG, like more of like a scavenger hunt type thing. And I was thinking of maybe like doing that as well. And I'd absolutely document what I'm doing and how I'm doing it on the YouTube channel that I'm going to make. It's probably going to be under the same name as my Instagram account currently. Sorry, Parkies, for not posting too much. I've been caught up with school and this, and so that's
This
what
is
I've
my
been working on.
firstborn part.
But
so
you'll
just know that I am intrinsically biased.
You'll probably get like a lot of photography videos if I keep on going into photography. I have some other just fun little ideas that I'll probably do. I just want a YouTube channel, just not like for money or like to build my brand, just for like fun little ideas that I have. Like I saw a YouTube video that was just a recommended pull of someone who did mushrooms on Pi Day and tried to solve like a bunch of like circle geometry questions
Why don't you do that?
in like a motel.
Why don't you do that?
And it was the day that they're like, I forget what pet they had, but like one of their pets died. And so they were like crashing out while doing mushrooms, while fucking
You're
doing math
pussy
problems.
to ever do that.
It was a peak video. It was so entertaining. I genuinely did enjoy that. And I think like shit like that. It's not
You
like
never do that. Though.
it's
You're
not supposed to be
coward.
like sensational or anything like that. It's just more to be like fun little silly projects.
I'm the
That's probably what I'll be doing. Do you want to talk about anything, Parkade Pal Zero?
Yeah, solo project. I've been debating what I want to do with this solo project. There's a YouTuber named Kryn, who's like relatively actually.
That's also the name of the world in the Earth in Dragonlance.
CRIN.
Maybe I think it's KRYN.
Yeah, well, that's not what his name.
But
is.
it's said the same.
That doesn't matter. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Don't touch me.
Anyways, yeah, so I've been thinking, there's a YouTuber named Kryn who does like computer science stuff. The guy is super smart in computer science, way smarter than me because he has that degree. I think he has a master's or a bachelor's.
How does he feel about AI?
I don't.
Problematic. He's problematic.
I don't think he cares for like
Get him.
generative picture AI, but he does use AI to help him code, like
Guys,
every computer scientist does.
Guys, get him. Fucking get him.
I really like his content. He makes computer like science videos where he like programs for like games and stuff.
We
Like,
need to make an
he
expose
makes
video.
he makes like OSU cheats and shit like that. Like it's really cool. Like he makes like a bot like play OSU perfectly. Then he made a Hypixel Skyblock cheat, which was really cool. And then he made a bunch of other Minecraft stuff. He just does cool stuff with computer science, which is like what really I enjoy about the discipline is like game related stuff and like stuff like that when it comes to coding. I don't know if I'd do that right away, considering my toolkit is pretty empty when it comes to computer science.
That's the only way to get it bigger, to do stuff.
True, but I kind of want to wait till I have. I don't know. I have no real project.
Maybe you'll get some chemistry videos, Parkies. You never know. Maybe
Nile blue.
Maybe
no, Nile blue already exists.
Maybe I'll be
Pink color.
Green's already taken.
Green's already taken.
Nile purple because I'm gay.
Okay, you're Nile purple.
Yeah. Maybe you'll get me doing the iodine clock reaction. It's a pretty cool one.
But yeah,
shapes and colors.
I don't know if I do that right away, mostly because there's nothing I'm super inspired to make right now. There's nothing that I really care to create, or like no game that I really want to do stuff with. So probably won't see that from me now, but definitely someday. For solo projects now, though, I really like this. Honestly,
I don't. I've made that pretty clear.
You know when you're like talking to a fucking old person and they're like you're just waiting for that old person to fucking die so you don't have to live with them anymore or like deal with them anymore. And then like they're just such miserable sods, they can't do shit but complain.
Well, you know,
that's what it sounds like being. That's like what it's like being on a podcast with Parkade Pal 1.
Well, I've already died during the filming of these podcasts. I can't.
I'm sending you back to hell. You're going back to hell. You're going to like the sixth circle now.
The funniest thing is that I'm actually guaranteed to be immortal for 33 more weeks because of the Parkade.
But yeah, solo episodes. I really like this. So you guys might see more stuff like this from me, but potentially less frequently, maybe monthly. And I'd like to do it with. I have a smaller. You know the cameras that have the thing that goes when it comes out and it goes in.
Yeah.
Like the really old, like they're really small. They're like this big. Mm-hmm. I have one of those, and it takes SD cards. So when we're done with this, I was probably going to format it and do my own solo thing. So it'd be like kind of like this once a month. It'd just be me. They'd probably be shorter, like 20 minutes.
I will say, one thing I have learned that I really do like about this format is talking to a camera, like, you know YouTube videos, especially when you're doing a project.
Ranting.
Just in like a fucking strange place, in a weird place, is a vibe. I do enjoy that.
There's I don't remember her name, which is really upsetting because I can't like drop the name.
Because everybody's gonna go. I didn't even name the Bones 5. Fucking Logan.
It's this.
Logan named him in the description of that video. Or not the description, the comments.
It's just, I don't know. It's just something I like doing is dropping the name if I know who it is, obviously. But I don't remember who it is. But she's on Instagram, she's on YouTube. She does content like this. And she basically does what I'd want to do for solo content. And I found out about it like a week ago. And I was like, well, that's cool. Like, they're doing like what we do.
But we're doing it better.
Well, she has 10K subs. So she's doing it better.
Is she giving a trophy out to the hardest listener? I don't think so.
No, she isn't.
Remember, Perky. Whoever listens the hardest is getting a trophy at the end.
Should we 3D print a trophy or some shit? Like, what do we do?
You're not supposed to reveal. We have a trophy. It's right behind the camera. Whoever listens the hardest gets it.
Parky's. Listen. But yeah, that's what I want to do for solo episodes. I think solo episodes, like, on my own channel. Sure. Because I wouldn't taint this channel. The duality.
I honestly think it's fine to just, like, after this year, end it, and then it's just like almost like a time capsule.
It just floats throughout, like, existence.
And then we can look back on it, and who knows, maybe it'll, like, pop off randomly. Because sometimes videos like that just randomly pop off, and a bunch of people will come back to it, and then we'll make season 2.
That'd be funny.
Capitalize on all of our money. What would our merch be?
We'd sell NFTs.
Okay,
of these numbers.
Yeah.
Buy your favorite Parkade.
We're just gonna take pictures in the Parkade.
They're not even NFTs. They're literally like they have no blockchain. They're just JPEGs.
We'll take a picture of our most interesting thumbnail and just print it on a shirt. It'll be sick. It'll be really cool, guys.
Yeah, I know. I really like this channel.
The anglerfish from Outer Wilds.
Yeah, which we own the copyright to.
We could ask the guy. He's probably pretty nice.
They're a company.
Yeah, but the guy who drew it will just like, you mind? And he'll be like, no, I don't care about any of my IPs.
I hate copyright law.
But yeah, I don't know. Solo projects are cool. I'm not too inspired to get in all of that
This
right
channel is something that I've thought about a lot. Like what will happen at the end.
Well, I know one thing that'll happen. A watermelon is going to be in pieces between my thighs.
And then I'm going to eat it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna feast upon its flesh.
Well, then you do have to
floor.
split it 50-50 with me.
Yeah, we're gonna feast upon its flesh. We're gonna like.
Do we do that at the beginning of the episode or at the end then? Because it'll be really disappointing if we do it at the beginning and I can't do it. It would be really disappointing.
Well, dude,
you better be able to do it.
As far as I'm concerned, you have to be able to do it at the end, or else you will embarrass yourself so bad. Because we brought it up like thrice now.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm gonna bring it up as much as possible, even if I can't by the end of the year.
If you can't by the end of the year, we'll cut slices in it so it's easier to break. We'll do like some editing shit.
No, we'll just like
cut.
we'll do it until I can, which will probably be a lot of effort. But nonetheless, I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I think it'll end in a satisfying way, and I think that we will walk off the camera and never come back.
I want to do it in a very scenic place, which is it's kind of a duality between how I'm feeling it now. Is do we do it at the Parkade or do we do it somewhere nice?
I feel like we do it at the Parkade.
I want to do it somewhere nice. Which sucks, because the Parkade's where it started, but also I feel like the Parkade can't be where it ends, right?
It totally can.
Well, then you haven't grown. You have to be
This channel is not really about growth. There's no message here, Parkies. We're just fucking talking to a camera.
You have to be ready to flee the nest, okay? You got to take the leap. And, in life, the Parkade won't always be here for you, okay? Eventually, it'll be gone. And you have to leave the nest. You have to leave the Parkade. Okay?
Probably not in our lifetimes. This
Parkade's
Parkade's probably going to be
beautiful, okay? It blocks the wind. It's nice. There's lights sometimes. It's great in here. There's no heroin needles that I've seen. It's great.
I don't know why when you said heroin, I thought you meant like the female version of hero. There's no heroin needles, and then I got it. We'll see. We'll see where we do it. We still have 33 weeks to, figure it out.
I was thinking we could do like a nose hill kind of thing.
I know, you've talked about
where
it.
we like set up in like the woods somewhere. I
was thinking on like the top of the hill.
I was thinking that too, or we could do like the trees. The top of the hill could be cool. We get like a sunset shot or like something, or like a
sunset in the summer. We'll be at Nose Hill at like 8 p.m. What about
so close.
What about sunrise?
We'll be there at 5 a.m. Guys, what would you prefer?
Hi, Porkies. I got a watermelon between my thighs.
It's 6 in the morning.
I can do it.
Dude, you're gonna shit yourself.
I don't think you know how that works.
You're gonna push so hard you're actually going to fucking expel your colon. Holy shit.
I don't think that's how that works.
It is how it works.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't when I did
But
the maximum.
It'll cause you to.
From what I've heard, it's not more than 360, and 360 is absolutely enough to be able to crush with my thighs in half a year.
Yeah, in like a half a year span.
Yeah,
more than half a year.
It's reasonable, unless unless my muscles atrophy from some mystery chemical halfway through the year. But yeah,
I have said mystery chemical.
We'll never know.
We're doing Datura for the final episode.
I do have a topic for today, since our project seems to be winding down. Parkies, death. It's coming for us all.
This is the topic?
It's coming for us all. Specifically one thing about death, but it's coming for us all. We're all gonna die. Back in the day, death was a very common thing. War would happen, especially back in the medieval ages. Like every single 10-year period was characterized by some amount of bloodshed during a war, billions of people dying. Not billions, but you get the idea.
Billions.
You could just
trillions of people dying.
You could just catch the Black Plague and then you die tomorrow. It's really not. Death was a very common thing, and if you're a art historian, a lot of the topics in old medieval art is
many of them are.
Many are just talking about death. Death is a thing that we all have to deal with, and we all talk about at some point. A channel that you guys may know, Unasan, has talked at length on death.
What channel?
Parkade? Where am I? But death is a topic that humanity always concerns itself with. Is death scary, Parkade Pal Zero? Is death scary?
If you have everything, yeah, probably. If you have nothing, no.
Are you scared of death?
I have nothing, so no.
You have something. You have a wonderful friend sitting right by you, talking about philosophical topics. Do you think death will ever be scary for you? Like, if you got $1 trillion, do you think death will be scary
if I
for you?
have things that tie me to the mortal plane, yeah, death will be scary. But if I don't, it won't be.
Okay.
It's the loss that's like scary to people, right?
The Greeks were cool. Two philosophers. I'm gonna fucking forget their names, so fuck you guys.
Bingo Bob and Gooby.
Talked about death at length. This is a very popular philosophical topic. If you talk about death in philosophy, you will talk about these two lads. One of them is named Epicurus. The other's named... I forget his fucking name. Fuck you guys.
Socrates.
No, not Socrates. Although we already did talk about what Socrates thinks about death.
A lot.
Epicurus and another Lucretius.
slaves, by the way.
Lucretius. Epicurus and Lucretius talked about death at length. Their theory of death. Now, I would like to say, we already talked about like afterlife shit and like what happens after you die in a previous episode on the Socrates one, and we came to some conclusions. We talked about death a little bit, but when I'm talking about death here, let's just assume that death means there's nothing after you die. You die, nothing, no soul, none of that bullshit. You die, whap whap. That's the thing. You don't have any experience. Epicurus and Lucretius both say that there's literally no reason to be afraid of death. No one should ever be afraid of death. Death is entirely neutral. When you die, for you, it's entirely neutral. Yes, people grieve for you. The people who are not you definitely feel sad when you die, and it's definitely bad for them. But death cannot be bad for the individual. It's absolutely not bad at all. What do you think, Parkade Pal Zero? Is death bad for the individual? Not just for you, but is it bad for the individual? And why?
Well, when I think of bad for the individual...
Assuming that there's nothing after death.
When I think of bad for the individual, I think things that harm the existence of the individual.
Right?
Death is the ultimate harm to the existence of the individual. So... I guess so, yeah. I mean,
we talked about this in the Socrates episode, and you said, that life was a universal good.
I believe since life is a universal good,
then death has to be bad.
Must be, at the very least, neutral, but I'd argue most times bad.
Well, let's get...
Assuming, by the way, that there's an afterlife. If you do think there's an afterlife, I agree with the Socrates argument. But,
but assuming, that there's no afterlife. And I'm not talking about dying, like... I'm just talking about, like, the time after you're dead. Like, the state of being dead. Is that bad for you? And so, Epicurus and Lucretius...
Can't really do much.
Before we get into what their point of views are, I think it was Epicurus who had a very interesting definition of what is good and what is bad. And it kind of is necessary to talk about why death could be bad, if it is possibly bad. His statement was that things are bad. Everybody has desires, and things are bad when you experience pain, right? And he says that most people experience pain through not being able to achieve certain desires. And things are good in the absence of that pain.
Therefore, when you're dead, you have no desire.
So when you fulfill a desire, that's good, right? Because you don't have the pain of wanting to fulfill that desire, right? So he believes that good only exists in that experience of not having pain, right? And so one of his topics on how death works is, well, if there's nothing after death, it can't possibly be bad because there's no...
You have no desire.
You have no... Well, it's not even that you have no desire. It's that even if you do have desires, you can't experience the bad of them because there's no consciousness to want those desires. There's no consciousness to feel pain, right? When you're dead, it can't possibly be bad for you. Death is nothing to you because it can't possibly be bad for you. You can't have that pain that is characteristic of not being able to achieve a desire, right? How do you feel about that? Does that make sense to you? Does that sound right on how the world is described? Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I can see it, but also, like, you know.
It's hard to argue against it. Honestly, for me, it does feel wrong because I think it's a pretty universal thing that everybody thinks that death is bad for the person.
I mean, the natural
like, you don't
law,
want to die.
The natural law, right, tells you that your life is of utmost importance above all else, and it is what to be preserved, right? Like, that's one of the reasons human beings are intrinsically afraid of dead people and, like, dead things, usually. Like, they gross us out, is because, evolutionarily speaking, a dead person means there's something that's killing people, which means near here is dangerous. Also, dead people are gross and carry disease. So, like...
So then why should you be afraid of dying? If you had $1 million, why are you afraid of death?
You're told intrinsically to be afraid of death by, like, the natural law. It tells you to be afraid of death. Your intrinsic feeling, without any... If you had no philosophical knowledge and I killed a man in front of you, you'd be afraid for your life. You'd be afraid of dying. You'd be afraid of death.
I mean, that's more different. I'd say you'd be afraid of dying there because you'd be afraid of the, like, pain that you'd suffer.
Bang.
But you don't necessarily have to be afraid of the
But if I showed you
state.
a dead person in a coffin, it'd make you uncomfortable.
Yeah,
right?
but that could be for different reasons.
But even if you didn't know them, even if you had no intrinsic
it could be
feeling.
for different reasons just because a dead body is, like you said, it could be ridden with disease, it's gross, stuff like that.
Gross.
But that's not what Epicurus or Lucretius is talking about here. They're talking specifically about the state of being dead. Why should you be afraid, because tons of people are, of that state of
being
nothingness,
dead.
of being dead? Why would you be afraid of that?
You know, there's a movie called The Platform.
Sure.
And it's not necessarily relevant. To
No,
what we're talking
it really isn't. But okay.
No, it is if you think about the messaging.
Sure.
One of the messagings of the film is that you can't take, in their case it's food, you can't take food away from people when they already have it. It's hard to bargain when they have everything and you have nothing, right? It comments a lot about, you know, rich people, but... For example, there's a scene where, like, there's this platform that brings down food, whatever, you don't have to understand it. The food descends, and the people up top no longer have it, and the people below them have all of it. And the people up top are trying to bargain with the people below them, and then, or one of them is. And the other guy goes, who's also up top, he goes, like, oh, you know, it's you can't take food away from people when they already have it. Like, it's impossible. Because as of right now, the balls in their court, they have the power. They won't in 5 minutes when the platform descends again. But as of right now, they have the power, and they're kind of blinded by it. And I think that argument applies a lot. I mean, if you think about it, even if you have nothing, what you still have is everything, right? Even if I have zero money, zero clothes, or whatever, the remnants of what I do have and, like, the ability to perceive this existence is everything. And if there's nothing after death, that means the state of being dead is the state of having everything taken away from you, and people are not willing to part with everything they have, including the nothing, right? Because death wouldn't be nothingness. It'd be like it'd be literally nothingness. It wouldn't just be not having things or not having, like...
You wouldn't exist.
Yeah, if there was no afterlife, you'd literally be gone entirely. So it's a little more than just nothing. And the loss of all of that so, like, absolutely, I feel like scares people a lot. I mean, it scares me slightly, right? Like, I'd argue, like, as of right now, you know, death comes to get me, that'd be sad, right? I'd be like, oh, shit. But, I mean,
I don't think you would feel sad. I think you'd be fucking dead.
Well, if I was dying, I'd be upset to be approaching the state where I will be dead, right? It'd be simpler terms in my head because I would be dying. But if I had to summarize what would happen, I would be afraid for my life, right? I would prefer to preserve my state of living as far as humanly possible. And I feel like, once again, not only are you hardwired to do that, right? To persist above all else. It's like the main natural directive.
But, like, in 5 seconds, you're not going to care.
Well, in 5 seconds, you won't be able to care.
Similarly, if you were put into a coma, you don't care that you're in a coma.
There was a
You might
French-
care when you come back out of the coma, but you don't care when you're in the coma.
There was well, comas are interesting because there's still brain activity, so you might.
No, you wouldn't. Assuming
But they can still hear. They can still know things.
I
So
guess.
comas are interesting, mostly because people don't really get them yet.
yeah, assuming that the coma is entirely blank. Which actually, fun fact. So this is all coming from my philosophy course, as you know. We actually had someone in our tutorial when we were discussing this who was in a coma for a week. And
Did they get? And did they hear it?
she talked about her experience and was like, yeah, well, I was in the coma. I don't fucking give a shit. I didn't give a shit that I was in the coma. After I was in the coma, I was like, oh my god, that sucks. But like while I was in the coma,
Well, could she understand?
I couldn't
that
give a
she was
shit.
in the coma.
Well, like no, there was
Yeah,
no
exactly.
understanding that. It's like sleeping for a week and then you wake
Exactly.
up, right? But she doesn't care. I didn't care when I was under anesthetic that I was maybe gonna like die or something like that. I don't care when I'm asleep.
12 years
what's
as an
gonna
anesthesiologist
specifically
can fucking mess up your
what's gonna like happen to me or anything like that. In that moment, I don't care, and so realistically, why should I care about that moment, right? And you could say it's because you're being deprived of everything that you have. But who knows? I'll bring up another argument.
It's kind of a non-starter to go, oh, well, I was in this state where I'm entirely vegetative and can't feel anything, and I didn't feel anything. Whoa. Like,
Yeah, but that's
not-
death.
But yes, but it's different when you don't have the lead up to it, right? If I snuck up to you and did the Dexter thing and I fucking pricked you with the M99 and you and you stayed that way for a week, okay? There wouldn't be the slow approach of the end of your days. You'd just be gone. And that is a difference.
Well, but then the thing that's not bad for you though is the death. The thing that's bad for you is that slow approach to the thing. It can't be bad for you.
Well, no, the death still can be bad for you because when you're dead, you have nothing.
But you don't
have life.
You can't
And
care.
since life is only good for you, it doesn't matter if you can't care. It's still bad for you because there are things that I think are objectively bad for the individual.
Okay.
Right? If I fucking remove one of your lungs and one of your kidneys and cut your liver in half, that's bad for the individual, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Because what's good for the individual is what keeps the individual going.
But I would experience the things that happen after my liver or kidney have been cut.
Yeah.
I would care about that. I would be like, I'm now living the consequences
You're
of this
epic
thing.
now.
It's
You're like a
absolutely
machine
bad
man.
for me. I'm thinking about it. It's
Be a
bad.
cyborg.
When I'm dead, I'm not thinking about, oh my god, this
I don't
sucks so
think thinking,
much.
I don't think thinking about it matters.
Oh my
I think it's
God.
still objectively bad for the individual because the individual, all that is good stems from the idea, stems from the living to experience the good, right? You cannot have the good unless you are alive.
Yeah.
It's a prerequisite. It's a little disingenuous to even say that it's universal good because it's so required that it's a tier above universally good. It's like prerequisite to everything, right?
But
And
you're- yeah.
because it's prerequisite to everything. Assuming when you kill me, I don't just how was your free trial? And they take me out of the VR headset and I just fucking like, assuming it's the like prerequisite to everything, right? You then get to the point where the end of living, even if you are in a state where you can't care, it is still bad for you as an individual. You just can't understand that it's bad for you.
But so yes, I guess.
Well, because all of the joys in your life will no longer exist. Just because you can't care about the joys in your
Yeah.
life doesn't necessarily mean that it's neutral to you, right?
But it's not bad for me though, because for things to be bad for me, I need to feel that they're bad for me. You feel bad
not
when
true.
something bad happens to you. I don't. How about
If I ingest you like a tasteless, odorless, entirely undetectable poison, and it just immediately kills you, and you can't tell before you're dead that it was bad for you, it was still bad for you.
No, because I didn't experience anything. Like I didn't feel
But
anything
it
bad from it.
actively kills
Here's a
you.
question. If, for example, you were friends with a certain person, you were friends
Well,
with
so
me.
things are only bad if the other person is allowed to care, is able to care about the thing.
Maybe. So let me finish my example because it does relate to that. I am your friend, and I am colluding behind your back. I'm betraying you. Like, you told me a secret, and I'm telling everybody else. Is that bad for you if you never find out? If it's never something that you find out?
Yeah, it's bad.
You never feel the betrayal. You never feel the
That's
sadness
irrelevant.
that you've been betrayed.
It's irrelevant.
But is it bad for you? It might be bad for, like, it might be objectively bad, but is it bad for you? Do you feel bad because of it?
Would I feel bad? No, but I think it
can't.
would still be bad for me whether or not I felt it.
Why? You wouldn't know. It would be impossible for you to
Just
know.
because you don't know something, once again, I don't think makes it neutral for you.
It doesn't exist in your experience.
No,
though.
because I'm not 6 years old. Like, it still happened. The people I interact with still know the thing that they shouldn't know. And I will eventually reap the results of that in some way. They will inevitably treat me different because they have new information that their minds must take into account when they interact with me now. It's not like they can just neuralize themselves and forget about it. They have that.
That could also just happen from normal circumstances, though. Like, you could do something that you think was like not that bad, but they took it as bad, and then they start treating you differently or something.
It's the same principle applies.
But what was bad for you then? It's hard to say that was specifically bad for you if you aren't experiencing. You might be experiencing the consequences of the thing, but you don't know that that's where it came from. What's bad for you. God damn it! You went one episode, dude. Fucking 45 minutes.
It's always the same. The last one was 46.
And that's why at the funny episode where you said it like 3 times, I predicted like 40 something, and then you said it at like 20 and 30, and then at like 50. So it was dancing around that, but
Parkade Pal 1.
leave the camera for like 5 seconds so you can scrub through and look for when you're gone. Out of fucking shame. Okay, so this isn't the only argument that Lucretius and how am I forgetting his name again?
If I had sex with your wife and you didn't know, would that be bad?
I don't have a wife, first of all,
But if you did,
I don't. If I never knew, if I didn't know in the moment,
you'd never find out.
I would never find out. I don't think that'd be bad. I can't experience the bad.
So I could just have sex with your wife?
as long
whenever.
as long as
I'll
I
take you up on that offer. Or your husband, especially if that
No,
husband.
you only said wife.
No,
You
especially
only
if
said
that
wife.
husband is just...
You only said wife. You only said wife. So, okay, I do say this. I don't personally believe this, but personally, I don't necessarily agree that good and bad only exists in the conscious existence. I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here.
I'm going to play the devil's advocate position. What if we did lower the age of consent? I hate Redditors. I hate fucking... Place Japan. I fucking hate these people. Parkies, I'm gonna rant. I fucking hate Redditors, dude. Oh my god. You fucking chud. You chud. You fucking
Okay.
chud.
There's another argument that these guys
Sorry,
give
Parkies, I had a bit of a moment there.
about the badness of death and how it cannot be bad. There's another argument that goes along the lines of death is nothing to you because when you're alive, you're not dead. And when you're dead, you can't experience being dead. And if you can probably agree that for something to be bad, it needs to happen at a certain time. It needs to be bad for you at a certain time, right? You need to experience it as bad at a certain time, right?
Okay.
For me to cheat on your wife.
New theory.
Yeah.
Okay. I am dying.
Sure.
Okay? I split. I'm an amoeba.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Hear me out.
Sure.
And now, one of me stays on Earth, and one of me accelerates away from Earth faster than light. Okay?
Well, then you travel back in time.
And then I travel towards the Earth faster than light. So I get me has died. Okay?
No,
And,
because you travel back in time before you died.
But he's still alive for me. And I watch him die. And then there's a bookshelf. And the books keep falling over.
Okay.
And then I go to space again.
So this relies off of the idea that
That was such a peak bit.
for example, when you shoot me, that's bad for me. And I can pinpoint the exact time at which it's bad for me. Now, when I got shot. When you cheat on my wife, and eventually I find out. I can pinpoint exactly when that's bad for me. It's when I find out, right? Because I feel the bad thing.
Maybe you're a cuck. Maybe you realize that you like it.
I feel the bad thing. Or you could say the bad thing happens when you cheat on my wife. Like, if your perspective is it happens...
No.
If it's bad, if it's bad no matter what, when I find out about it, you could say it's bad exactly
I don't really think
when
adultery
it
is
happens.
even close to like an objective bad.
Either way,
Yeah.
nonetheless, you could bring this concept to death. There's no time when death could be bad for you specifically, because when you're alive, death can't be bad for you. You're not dead. You're alive. And then when you're dead...
No, when you're alive, death can be bad for you because it would end living.
But you're not dead, so it can't be bad for you. Death can't be bad for you when you're alive because you're not dead. Death can only be bad for you if you're
currently
dead.
unshot. You are currently a whole being.
Sure.
I hit you with a fucking cannonball.
Yeah, the pain
That's-
there is bad. It's not death that's bad for me.
But,
Death is not the thing that's... dying, thinking about dying...
the result, the end result that is death is bad.
No, okay, wait.
Why would it not be?
I think you're misunderstanding here. The thing that I'm specifically talking about that's being bad here is the state of being dead.
Once again, this is such like a weird question because if you draw your premises as okay, there's nothing after death, and also death is an experienceless void, and then you claim that you can't feel anything. What is the argument against you?
So it's not.
Where's the nuance in the take?
There is actual arguments against it, and luckily enough, you've actually touched on a couple of them from someone who is famous for doing
smart,
it.
Guys.
But
I could be a Malaga brand.
and these two arguments that I've just mentioned are actually fully proven to be logical in their logical statements. So these do check out logically.
I know, but it's kind of a loaded question, right? If your premises are, there's nothing after death. While dead, you cannot experience anything. Therefore, death is inexperienceless. It's like, it's kind of already pre-proven for you. It's in the premises.
But it isn't. That's not how these are. These premises are entirely separate. I think the logical argument here is that I forget how it's written out fully, but it's God. I'll do the logical proof for this one. I don't remember the temporal argument's logical proof, but it's whatever. Either way, the idea is that for you to for something to be bad, there needs to be a time at which it is bad. Since when you are alive, you are not dead. Death cannot be bad for you. And when you are dead, you cannot experience the bad. Therefore, it cannot be bad at that time for you. There's no time where it is bad for you. In that individual moment. This kind of connects to the original idea, like you need to experience it to be bad. Your argument still kind of goes against that. But then there's a third argument, and this one I think is the strongest one, to be entirely honest. I think those two fall apart because there is a difference between, it could in theory be bad for you even if you don't experience it. I do agree with you on that. The last argument here I think is the strongest because it's called the symmetry argument because it works on the symmetry of connecting death to pre-life. So
I've heard of this one. I know.
Okay, well, I'm going to explain it to the...
Bring it up.
I'm going to explain it to the...
We're the only ones here. We're 53 minutes into the video.
I might be right. But hey, Logan's watching, and he's going to comment about it.
Logan, if you see this, say hi, Logan, in the comments. Wait. Yeah, you don't do that still. Say hi, Logan, in the comments.
So the symmetry argument is, and I can write this one out actually fully logical, because I remember it. If... the time before you're alive is the same as the time after you're dead, and the time before you're dead is not bad for the individual. Thus, the time after you're dead cannot be bad for the individual. That is a logical statement. You may disagree on whether or not it's a good argument, but the idea here is that we don't really think of people as pre-born. Like, we don't mourn people who have not been born yet, right?
Well, yeah. Well, that goes back to what I said before. It's the loss that people mourn, right? It's what that person has left behind, right? That's what is truly being mourned.
How about this?
Not really the flesh puppet.
How about this? You can contribute more to the world, obviously, if you were born earlier, right? Like, if you were born earlier, you could do more to contribute to the world.
I was born in like 12. You mean like?
Or no. If you were born a year earlier, you could contribute more to the world. But we don't say that. Oh my God, he died at blank age. I wish he was born earlier, right?
Well, that's kind of the same as saying he's gone too soon.
But
if you say, I wish he was born earlier.
But we say that he should have lived longer. And the reason I think that we say, why weren't they born earlier, is because if you were born earlier, you'd kind of just be a different person. You'd be in different times. Like, if you were born a year earlier, you'd probably be quite different. Your parents would be in a different state.
Even if you lived longer,
the world would be in a different state. We usually think of life as like fairly continuous.
If someone dies at age 8, right? I can tell you that if they lived longer, they'd be a different person.
Yes, but
there's the impending puberty that's coming eventually.
Yeah.
Right? And then the life's worth of ideas and knowledge that will proceed. Like,
they will be a different person, but they won't be as drastically different a person as if they were born
a year earlier.
I genuinely do think so.
How?
Because the state, the time at which you're born, heavily influences who you are as a person. Whereas if you lived a couple more years,
people tell me,
if you lived a couple more years, we tend to think of consciousness as a pretty continuous thing, and so if you were to live another year, we just think of you being the same person but different.
Parkies, leave it in the comments. Would you like to have been born post or pre 9/11? Let me know. Like and subscribe, Parkies.
Either way,
when I say subscribe, the button should glow. I learned this is a thing that they do.
It's been a thing for a while.
So it should do the thing.
I was kind of hoping we'd never end up saying that. We never tell people.
I realize it doesn't.
I kind of hate when YouTubers do that.
There's an Easter egg now though, so I kind of have to because my lizard brain wants the colors to go.
Awesome.
You don't have to. I don't care. You can dislike this.
See, this is the fucking thing that YouTubers do where they say, subscribe, but you don't have to, so that they feel like they have a choice.
No, like
I fucking hate it so
no,
like
I'm not gaming.
Guys,
this isn't like
100% of our viewers are not subscribed.
No. Honestly, 100% of our viewers are subscribed. We have 10 subs, we get 10 views.
Guys, 100% of our viewers are subscribed.
We get 10 subs.
So if you're one of the rare new viewers, do not subscribe.
Yo, ruin our ratio, please. Fuck off. Leave. You press the 3 dots in the fucking menu. You can pick not interested. Do that.
Yeah. But honestly, if you've gotten this far and you're still new, fuck you.
If you've gone this far and you haven't subscribed yet, I fucking also hate when YouTubers do that shit. I skip it every fucking time. But
you're one of them now.
I'm only doing it because I want to see the funny colors go in the video. And the subscription thing.
But yeah, the argument here is that they have to be the same, like the time before you're born and the time after you're dead have to be the same. And I know you say that it's different because of the experience, but you in that state.
If you're assuming death is an inexperienceless, it is like an experienceless void.
Then yes,
it is the same.
Yeah.
Because I can't recall what happened before my birth.
And is the time before you?
I can't recall 9/11.
Is the time before you're born bad for you? Like, is that bad for you? I wouldn't say so.
Well, I would say so.
It can't be because you don't exist
if
yet.
I lived longer, though, if I was born earlier, I'd be older now. I could have done more. Therefore,
But you don't exist. It can't possibly be bad for you.
It's not.
Therefore, since these are symmetrical,
Yeah, I mean, I
then
can
the
definitely
time.
see it.
This one I think is the strongest argument
It
because
definitely
every
is.
time I try to poke a hole in it, like saying, "Well, they're not the same," because the time after you're dead, you have so much more experience.
But it doesn't exist. The
But
experience
for
functionally
you,
isn't
yeah,
real.
exactly.
Like it happened, obviously, but functionally it doesn't exist because there's no recollection of it. And since you don't exist, you can't observe the fruits of your labor, right? You can't
Yeah.
see like the house you built.
Exactly.
It doesn't exist. It's not real.
Therefore, death is nothing to us because.
Yeah, no, I can
be bad.
totally see that. That's definitely, I think, the strongest argument.
So therefore, you shouldn't be afraid of death. Every time
No,
your
no.
death rears its ugly head, you should not be afraid of it. The argument is logical.
This is the one thing you've been harking me on the whole time. Be afraid of death. Do not be afraid of being dead.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what
Okay.
lies.
Fair enough.
That's what you harked on me the whole time
You're
for.
right. You're right.
We never got to my topic, Parky, so we'll talk about that next week.
Sure. Yeah. No worries.
It will be about the relevance of like Greek philosophers to modern day. Somehow
we kind
they've
of talked about with Socrates a little.
like in passing.
Yeah, I know.
But I've been reading a lot of
Oh, wow,
stuff.
repeating topics already. Whoa.
I've been repeating a lot of stuff, and I think they're still really relevant to today's existence. And I just kind of want to talk about how relevant they are to today's existence. I think it's interesting that somehow they were walking around in sandals and togas, and they got it all right.
So-
which is interesting.
Before we end off,
Besides Aristotle, he had some weird opinions on slaves. Some people were naturally born to be slaves. I don't agree with him.
yeah, these Lucretius and the other fucking one that I can't remember the name of,
Fucking
Epicurus.
Bungledies. I don't know,
Lucretius and
bro.
Epicurus were both Greek, and they were both around ancient times. And the entire reason why they came up with they wrote these into a book. Epicurus, I think, originally wrote down these ideas in a letter to another person.
Who was dying? It was really fucked up. I don't know.
Essentially, all this is like self-help like knowledge. People were dying so much back in the early days, and his perspective
It was
was
like, ah, shit.
people were being like unloyal. People were being cowards. People were running away in war. People were like selling out their family so they could live. What he was essentially doing here was he was saying, you guys should not be afraid of death. There's nothing to be in death to be afraid of. So stop fucking running, pussies, and also, maybe don't be as afraid, because it was a genuine problem for them at the time. This is why I brought up like death in the medieval ages being like a very common theme. It was something that Greek philosophers
People
wanted to
people
solve.
make art about what's around them, right? The reason there's death art is because that's all there is around you.
And we don't have a ton of time to discuss him, but the main guy who people talk about, who goes against these ideas, goes by the name of Thomas Nagel, I think. And
Horrible name.
his general perspectives
shit.
are very similar to yours in that his perspective on life is very weird. He believes that life is always good for the individual because it's all you have.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Which is basically,
Yeah.
you actually got on a lot of his philosophies, like just
Yeah.
off of like your brain, which I think is really cool.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's
Because
like he probably wasn't the first to think this, right?
Which-
he was just the first to write it down.
Which means that someone who lives their life in turmoil their entire time, it's still better for them to live. It's not good for them to
yeah, I mean, you
commit
can't
suicide.
experience the turmoil that's giving you catharsis if you're dead. So that's got to be good for something.
And so he said to all of these arguments that death is a bad, it isn't neutral, and he mostly argues based off of that premise. And like the experience argument where like you do have all of the experiences, so these aren't fully symmetrical. Go a lot in depth. He talks about like freezing fetuses and shit like that for the symmetry argument. It's really weird. Read more
If
on
I
him
took
if you
you,
want. We don't
and
have
I made another one of you, and then
no. He kind of does that shit.
oh God, I could be a philosopher.
But unfortunately, we do not have enough time, and I honestly did not understand most of his arguments because he kind of
a little schizo.
he kind of writes like a little bitch, and whatever. Nonetheless, you'll definitely be reading him when you take Sex, Love, and Death.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, we got to figure out who wins the episode now in a better way than last time because last time sucked so much dick.
Okay, Parkies.
Can we just flip a coin? I don't want to do this anymore. Just get a fucking coin. I call tails.
Called Tails.
Yep, I call tails. Tails never fails. Ugh. We haven't been interrupted by security a single time since the
No,
first.
that one guy put in a good word for us.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, these guys come in here every single week.
Who that is?
I don't know either. It's just a person. Did they wave?
They waved at me, I think.
Oh.
I waved back.
Maybe they know you.
Okay, tails, heads.
Don't lie.
Heads. I win this one, Parky.
Okay. See you guys later, Parkies. Don't be afraid of death. It's nothing to you. Bye-bye! Oh.